Hi, everybody. This is Mrs. Cepeda. Today I'm reading the book entitled Iggy, Peck, Architect. It's by Andrea Beatty and it's illustrated by David Roberts. Now, this book is fiction, so that means that the events that happen in this story are fake, and this book is sequenced in an order with beginning, middle, and end. Young Iggy Peck is an architect and has been since he was 2, when he built a great tower in only an hour with nothing but diapers and glue. Good gracious, Ignatius, his mother exclaimed. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. But her smile faded fast as light wind blew past, and she realized those diapers weren't clean. Ignatius, my son, what on earth have you done? That's disgusting and nasty. It stinks. But Iggy was gone. He was out on the lawn using dirt clods to build a great sphinx. Oh, now look at how upset those sunbathing neighbors look. When Iggy was 3, his parents could see his unusual passion would stay. He built churches and chapels and from peaches and apples and temples from modeling clay. So look at all of the materials he used. Yes, the peaches and the apples and the modeling clay. At dinner one night, to his father's delight, Iggy got a bright gleam in his eye and out on the porch built the St. Louis Arch from pancakes and coconut pie. Dear Ig had it made until second grade when his teacher was Miss Lila Greer. On the very first day, she had this to say: We don't talk about buildings in here. Gothic or Romanesque, I couldn't care less about buildings, ancient or new. She said in her lecture about architecture that it had no place in grade 2. Oh, poor Iggy. And look at her throwing away all of the books on architecture. That might seem severe, but she was sincere, for when she was no more than 7, she'd had a great fright at a dizzying height in a building so tall it scraped heaven. On an architect's tour of the 95th floor, young Lila got lost from the group. There she is, lost. She was found 2 days later, stuck in an elevator, eating cheese with a French circus troupe. After that day, it's quite safe to say she thought all building lovers were nuts. As a teacher, she taught that, above all, one ought to avoid them. No ifs and or buts. No, ma'am, Iggy said. He lowered his head, and his heart sank down to the floor. With no chance to build, his interest was killed. Now second grade was a bore. Poor Iggy. After 12 long days that passed in a haze of reading, writing, and arithmetic, Miss Greer took the class to Blue River Pass for a hike and an old-fashioned picnic. They crossed an old trestle to a small island nestled in the heart of a burbling stream. But they no sooner passed than the footbridge collapsed and Miss Lila Greer started to scream. We're trapped here. Oh my! Alas, kids, goodbye. Her eyeballs rolled back in her head. She dropped to the ground with a vague groaning sound. Luckily fainted, not dead. She's a little dramatic, huh? Now, think about what they're going to do to solve their problem. How are they going to get across um, to the other side? The class was amazed. They stood there quite dazed, uncertain of what they should do. But one bright young man was off hatching a plan, which started with Miss Lila's shoe. Soon each lad and lass there at Blue River Pass was working together as one. So yeah, sometimes you have to come together as a team to solve a problem. So that's called teamwork. And when she came to, Miss Lila Greer knew that something quite brave had to be done. She looked in the air and saw hanging there a structure with cables and braces. And on the far side, beaming with pride, were 17 smiling faces. Boots, tree roots and strings, fruit roll-ups and things, some of which one should not mention, were stretched right to ridge in a glorious bridge dangling from shoestring suspension. So I'm going to zoom in this page a little so you can see what materials the children used to construct the bridge. It all became clear to Miss Lila Greer as she crossed that bridge over the stream. There are worse things to do when you're in grade two than to spend your time building a dream. Now, every week at Blue River Creek Elementary in second grade, all the school kids can hear, along with Miss Greer, how the world's greatest buildings were made. The weekly guest speaker in t-shirt and sneakers talks of buildings from Rome to Quebec. Of course, he's the guy who builds towers from pie, that brilliant young man, Iggy Peck. And that is the end of our story. So I really hope that you enjoyed this book on architecture, and I really hope that you became inspired by Iggy's creativity. Thank you.